All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 1 of this North American semifinals match. This is BONKS and KSC. Zath, as we zone into northern waters, what is BONKS feeling today?
All right, so Game 1, BONKS is bringing Montana, Ohio, and 2 Des Moines, and 2 Napolis, as well as a Shimakaze, Harugumo, and a Grozovoy. What do we got for Team KSC?
KSC with the South Spawn. They are fielding Montana Conqueror. A nice, well-rounded mix of cruisers here. Des Moines, Worcester, Venezia, and Moskva. Fronted by Gearing, Aussie Zeus's in a Z52, and a Shimakaze.
Now, Hataka Hiyoshi is using kilometer torpedoes in that Shimakaze. I didn't quite catch what Dyer is running, so that will have to remain a mystery for just a little while.
Well, I'm sure we'll find out eventually. Now, the Z52, early on, we see making a straight beeline for the B cap. We've seen this play.
So surprised by this
play on Northern Waters. This has become a very common thing when you field a Z52 on this map. So
that's right.
Nothing shocking there. I suppose what is... Actually, now that I think about it, maybe not all that shocking. BONKS, not interested in the B cap at all. They are going for a 5-4 split. 5 ships here headed to the eastern side of the map over to C. The other 4 ships headed over to the western half today.
So there's a couple things to note about the BONKS lineup, which helps to explain why they're not going to be, in my opinion. First of all, I don't see any Moskvas, and Moskvas are kind of crucial to go in that Delta 6 island to have oversight, right? Instead, we've got 2 Des Moines. So that kind of signals immediately that BONKS isn't really interested in the B cap, at least early on, of course. They are looking to win either flank. Both would be optimal, of course. But note that they are going to both sides pretty much evenly. 1 battleship each way, right? 1 cruiser going west, 3 going east, and then we got one destroyer east and 2 west for BONK. So that's a pretty even-ish distribution of ships, I'd say, huh?
Yeah, they've gone very cruiser-heavy on this eastern flank, Zaf, and I think that's where we're going to see they're really going to try to move.
Yes.
I think the Ohio... paired with this double Napoli, Des Moines, and Grozovoy, like that's got kind of the hallmarks of a bit of a pushing setup to me.
100%.
I'll say the Grozovoy is an interesting choice for that role, though.
Yes. Why so?
Well, so Grozovoy, of course, one of the few, let's say, tier 10 destroyers, with a heel, but it's a ship that's almost kind of known more for its jack of all trades, well-roundedness, right? It's got solid torpedoes that have a very long reload, but they're okay. Pretty good guns. It's got a lot of consumables, right? You've got the heel,
just about everyone,
right? You've got a heel and a speed boost and all the rest, and the smoke. So it's got a lot of flexibility, and I guess maybe now that as I sit here and talk about it, it makes a little more sense that that flexible kit gives it a lot of tools to use in a lot of different situations.
It's good in a pushing environment. The heel allows it to be a little bit more forgiving if it takes a random torpedo, it gets caught out and gets hammered for a little bit, all that good stuff. The other thing to note is on the other side, if you look at where Fratstar for Life is with this Des Moines, that's a very safe approach to the Echo 1 corner of that island in the middle of the map. And then, of course, you've got that Harugumo Battleship Nagato. Harugumo is a very good hiding ship that you use to basically blunt an enemy push. So from our perspective, looking at this, they kind of signal that that's their play. They're focusing more on the Charlie side, Steve side over on east, and west is going to be more of a kite away man.
Look at all of these torpedoes moving through the A-cap. It's just what is this, 27 torpedoes now out here trying to look for Hatake, who was able to pick up the A-cap before they're going to push him off. He's got some nice, convenient Shimakaze-sized holes in these salvos. He's fine.
Yes, and we're about to figure out if that Shimakaze Dyer is using 20s or 12s, and it looks to me like these are 20s.
Those look like 20s to me, as Fratstar is spotted making his run down the 1 line to this island. I was a little surprised. I was expecting the smoke to come in from Dyer.
Go to the other side quickly. Go to the east side. We are seeing some contact made from that pushing trio, as all 3 of them are now grouping up for warmth and to get out the torpedoes.
Sharing paint, are they right here? But BONKS is going to get caught by the island. Not enough room for him to sneak in with that Napoli smoke. He's going to get left behind here for a bit.
Well, Turret Bonk actually pit maneuvered him. He turned his rudder and shoved Bob BONKS' nose right into that island.
Yeah. Val's going to be a little hung out here. He'll be able to catch up. Napoli's pretty quick. But maybe a bit of exposure here
Well,
depending on how this goes.
that does mean, though, that once Addy's smoke expires, which is only in about 30 seconds, BonKS is going to need to catch up and get in position to use his smoke as soon as possible. So you would expect that group to slow down, Addy and Turret. They're not doing that. They're still going.
They are going full on, and BonKS is now out of the smoke, lit as he cuts. He's kind of cutting to the inside now, back more towards the 9 line. And, you know, KSC had really set up to kind of receive this push with the light cruisers. Good Citadel hits there on Warp Chaos.
Yeah.
Big hits from Addy, I think.
We didn't talk much about KSC's setup, but if you look, they're actually setting up to receive on both sides, which is very interesting.
Yeah, and we saw a couple of teams yesterday kind of, I don't want to call it an error. It's too early to call it that, but make this play, and it didn't always work out. So
yeah,
we'll have to see. It works out well if potentially your opponents maybe overplay their hand and get a little too aggressive. But a team like BONKS, I have a hard time imagining they're going to fall into that trap.
That's right. So we'll have to see what if Addy's going to be able to get out of here, if they're going to be able to take down Warp Chaos.
Well, they know now that Addy's smoke is offline, so lots of focus fire coming in from Addy. They know that that was the Napoli that was in the lead that burned its smoke a moment ago. Looks like Addy and Turret now trying to post up and grab a little bit of island cover.
There he goes.
Warp Chaos. Definitely the early focus target here on the C flank.
Yep, Addy and Turret BonK having a bit of a beach party over there.
Yep. As now this push for BONKS has absolutely paid dividends. They have pushed these guys well back off of C. They currently hold the C cap and the A cap, and what had been about a 180-point lead for KSC has started to evaporate here on the back of this BONKS push.
Yep. Meanwhile, look at the Z52, Aussie Zeus and Ataki Hiyoshi kind of hanging out together. I think they're trying to find a way to get into A without getting steamrolled.
Well, it's going to be tough. As soon as one of them touches that cap, they're going to trigger the Frat Star radar. In fact, Frat Star lit on the surface right now, so he knows someone is lurking around where he's visible.
Yep. And you can see the two destroyers are trying to work together to torpedo that safe spot. Oh, there goes Turret BonK.
They were focusing Turret BonK on the other side of the map, so KSC answering with a kill of its own as Addy manages to dodge these gearing torpedoes going down his port side over here.
Yeah, that's going to put him in trouble.
Yeah, I think so, because now Addy's kind of hung out. His smoke is offline for another 40 seconds. But, let's see, those are shots for those. Are those Conqueror shots? No, we can't have that range.
No,
Surely not.
Coming up on the replay here, we just saw...
Yep. So Addy's smoke still offline for a bit, trying to struggle through and make sure that survives to that happen. But I think they're going to have to pull him back off this cap, just like they did with BonKS now.
Do you notice Battleship Nagato's Harugumo has been rotated? He's now approaching the northern part of the cap.
I see that well, and Aegis Wings' Moskva is well spotted on the south end of that cap. In fact, Aegis himself on about half HP, been taking some solid hits.
Battleship Nagato opening up, letting them all know where he is, and then smoking.
Yep, they're trying to farm out this Moskva. He's just outside. He's outside of the Moskva's range as well.
Yep.
Oh,
nice
good
hit coming
hits.
in from the side there.
Good hits from America's Montana there, way up on the B line, landing those shells into the Moskva. In fact, Aegis is now a big pick target. Looks like there's at least 5 different ships shooting at him.
Yeah, even Frat Star for Life is shooting with his Des Moines. That's got to be a range Des Moines, huh?
Let's see, what's the range there?
About 16 and change.
16 and change? Yeah, it's very possible. Aegis is going to probably go down here. I have a hard time imagining a world where they're able to preserve this ship.
Well, Hatake is putting a smoke down. If he can break contact,
Trying to break the line of sight. That's right. Let's see what he can do here. Montana shells coming in from the B line here.
I don't think it's going to work.
It's not going to matter.
Wow, the Des Moines gets the kill.
Kill secured there. BONKS with the lead. Now, 40 points and growing. A ship lead and a cap lead here as we approach the halfway mark of the game.
That's right.
Now, have a look over on the 1-2 line. I think I see a bit of a response to Frat Star's position shaping up here, Zach.
Well, we do see the Conqueror, John the Impaler, and John the Pickles, Venezia.
Mm-hmm.
So they're sending both of the Johns.
Double Johns.
Double Johning up towards the Des Moines position. Of course, Dyer is there as well with the Shimakaze to make John feel a little bit less comfortable with this push. He's about to discover these torpedoes.
Well, he's kind of turning into them as well, just a hair.
While he sees the shells coming in from the Montana.
He's going to slow down and take just one of these, I think, right on the belt. But
yep.
Is it going to be a flood? There is a flood.
He's not TCPing.
No, he's not. He knows it was just the one rack, so he's going to sit on the flood. He is using one of his fancy British heals, though, to try to power through the flood and the fire.
That's right.
Conqueror can get away with that, right? That crazy heal, all flood and fire damage is 100% repairable.
Yes.
So he can just ignore it. In fact, he manages to dodge the next salvo.
Very nice.
He's exposed to this AP salvo.
Oh.
Not as punishing as it could have been.
No.
Have a look back at the B cap. You can also see BONKS ready to make a play here of their own.
Yes.
Savoy and Harugamo trying to tag team this, knowing that the radar is off the board.
Now, going back to real quick on that, you're talking about the Conqueror. One of the important things, too, about John's decision to use the heal early is you want it to cycle up again as quickly as possible.
Yep.
So don't worry about the DCP. Get the heal back up. So
Indeed.
very smart. Addy, by the way, Napoli being forced back on the 9 line, being chased by the Wooster gearing combination.
Yeah.
I don't know if Addy's going to be able to survive this.
It looks like his last heal is about to expire. So if they can keep him lit and keep him under pressure, they can get this kill. It's points that KSC really needs. Montana Salvo coming in behind Addy now.
Oh, yeah.
Earns. Gets a couple of flames in there that could be significant. And still lit. Shells continuing to fall.
That's right. Now the Narc 7 now is at the extreme edge of that Death Snail smoke. He's stopping, but I wonder if he's going to go forward to try to make sure he gets that kill. He's
John's
much at extreme range.
looking back at the one line. John's Conqueror took a huge hit from something. He was at about 55 or 60,000 hit points a minute ago, but something slapped him silly apparently as he made this turn up to the island. And now it looks to me almost like it's pretty well. I'd say BONKS had a health advantage with the Montana here. They absolutely do.
Yeah, Hidden Stats is Ohio. We were mentioning that. Took a couple of Shimakaze torpedoes north of between B and C there. Nothing catastrophic, but they are trying to take down JD Red 5's Montana, who's quite low as well.
8 minutes to play. KSC picks up C and picks up Addy, which is a huge points gain for them. It's them caught up on ships, but their Montana, JD Red 5, under extreme pressure here. He's going to go down.
Yep, here he goes. Torpedoes from the Grozovoy. We're seeing the replay now, by the way, of I think that's Addy going down.
Yep, got some Montana shells right through his stern.
But I do want to comment. I don't like what I'm seeing with KSC over here at this one-lined island. Like they got to the island,
They got there and then they're kind of just chilling.
it's like they don't know what to do necessarily.
Well, and it feels a little bad because most of the Shimakaze torps would have been on cooldown by the time they got there.
Yes.
But now, in fairness to them, BONKS saw this coming. You remember America's Montana position was way up north.
Now he's brought back down.
He has been brought back down now and is in a much better position to provide close support to Fratstar than he was 3 or 4 minutes ago.
Yep. Now we're watching JD Red 5 take those torpedoes and go down. Another battleship off the board.
Only 100 points between these two teams. KSC closing the gap. 7 minutes to play here in Game 1. As BONKS is also trying to pressure the north end of the B cap again. They snuck Battleship Nagato on here. Aussie Zeus lurking back in this cap. Hydro running to keep that from
Todd Howards is in trouble. He got detected.
Yep.
He's turning in. He's got torpedoes right in front of him. People shooting him to the side.
He's pinned between several different ships.
Dodge.
One dodge.
Do
but
it again.
He's not going to be able to dodge the second set.
Down.
Yes, he takes the lead now. 20 points, 6.5 minutes to go. Lead is growing because they hold the cap advantage. You almost have to wonder if maybe KSC realized they were going to win these other fights
And called off the push.
Called off the push at the 1-2 line. Like, no, guys, we don't want to throw your ships away. Keep your points on the board.
It's better to be safe than to risk it, especially if you can't guarantee at least a trade.
Yep.
So that might have been the play. That's very smart if that's the case.
John the Impaler taking a big salvo there. 13K coming in from Murica's Montana.
Yeah, we just folled the shells right into him.
Yeah, just a huge hit. That's the thing about Conqueror. She's got a lot of staying power, but on individual salvos, very, very small.
Absolutely.
From proper battleship shells, but that's not even true. That's some of the big super cruisers and even some of the heavy cruisers can Citadel this ship at the right time.
That's right. Still, Impaler's still alive. He's on the border. His DCP is active right now.
Sath. Hidden Stats is Ohio now. Into the B cap. Going to force Aussie to pull out of here.
He needs to do something. He's got to make a play, at least stop the point game.
Yep, they've got to slow down the points game. Both teams ticking up 1 cap now as we approach 5 minutes to play. KSC's about to cross over that ever-crucial 900-point mark. That's kind of the danger range. At that point, a single kill could end the game.
And speaking of single kill, John and Taylor quite low again.
Yeah.
He's still being farmed. He's dark now. They can't see him anymore.
Can't see him.
Which is huge. In 30 seconds, he gets one last super heal.
Yep, that is significant. They've managed to extract John out of here, but John the Pickle, of course, still a little caught out in a 3v1 here. They could also push him and try to punch him out, but it's a risk now, right? Because KSC being where they are on the points lead, if you push him and he managed to kill a ship with 2 at the wrong time, even if he trades first, the game could end before your shells land.
That's absolutely correct. Doesn't matter that they're in the air.
Exactly.
So Aussie Zeus being pushed farther south of B cap. That means most likely KSC will pick up, BONKS will pick up the B cap.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to stop the B cap.
wait.
They might get some resets.
That's lift the cap.
He ducked out of the cap. What happened there? Did he drift out of it? He did.
Yeah.
He was trying to stop, but wasn't able to pull the handbrake in time.
You know what? I think he doesn't feel comfortable knowing that there's a Zed there. You got lots of coming in.
Yep.
Let the destroyer take the cap.
The Hurgamo is lit because he's firing. So they may try for some resets on him, but at least if he's in the cap, that's points that KSC isn't ticking up.
Look at everything coming in for John the Pickle now. Red's not getting shot right here. Almost killed.
John, they do. That's a huge kill. Flips the lead back.
Yes, it does. And now all of a sudden, that middle cap is really precious. But torpedoes coming in on Nagato. Takes one.
Just the one, though.
That
it gets reset a bit.
he needs to go down.
It takes a place. Aussie's blind firing in there now, landing shells even.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
You got it.
You got it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
French radar, as you like to call it.
French radar,
That's right.
as we like to call it. That's right. We're seeing now the torpedo hit on the Haragumo.
Points between these two teams, each team taking up a cap. 1 minute on the timer, 3 minutes on the game clock. KSC a little behind now. They've got to make a push, and it might come with BONKS. If they kill BONKS, this could be over, Zaf.
Oh, they didn't kill BONKS, they got to kill Nagato. One of those two.
I don't think they're going to get Nagato. He's going to be able to chill in the smoke unless Aussie's Hydro is up. Oh, Aussie's Hydro is up in 10 seconds.
He's going straight for him.
Aussie's Hydro is up in 10 seconds. They're going to be able to see him and maybe kill him off. So
20 seconds left in the game.
Two potential timer, but Aussie going to step in, give them a little bit of breathing room.
Just enough.
Oh my goodness!
Right here.
There it is.
Boom.
KSC,
just like that.
seconds to win.
6 seconds. Now, can Aussie just live?
And
I think he's okay. He's okay.
Wow! What a finish! What a finish, Zach.
Unbelievable.
We know when we were talking last night, like we had originally talked about casting the other match, and it was like, well, yeah, because that'd be really fun. And we started talking about more like, yeah, but why don't let's go look at BONKS KSC. And